Hey Victor,
Hi,
how are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thanks for coming back again today.
Mhm.
It's been about, I think, 2 weeks since we saw each other last. And how you said you're doing good right now, right?
Mhm.
Classes are doing all right?
Yeah. I'm doing a lot better now.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome to hear. And we're going to talk a little bit more about how that's been so far for you. But I just wanted to make sure that I'm not taking time out of your day, since I know that we discussed that time seems to be slipping out of your.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to thank you for coming in. This is really important for you to be able to build on your goals that you had.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I just want to kind of have another check in as far as how life has been going for you, school, work, and everything. How is everything?
Well, as we discussed, I dropped a few unnecessary classes, like scuba diving
Good to hear.
and dance. Mainly focusing on gen eds now, still full time, but not overdoing it. So I'm only taking a couple classes, and that really freed up a lot of my time so I can get back to exercise and get on a normal sleep schedule and work. So.
Cool. So I guess before we even go a little bit into that, I just want to kind of summarize and paraphrase a little bit about what we discussed the last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So that way we can see what we're going to talk about today. So you already kind of touched into it a little bit, but it seems like time is the one thing that you really wanted to make sure you had a control over.
Mm-hmm.
With what you discussed the last few weeks, you were very stressed out with work, with school. The three goals that we talked about with what we wanted to establish in the sessions were just how to handle time, how to manage it,
Mm-hmm.
how to manage the stress level of all that, and the sleep, and
Mm-hmm.
how that's all been affecting you. So it sounds like you've already been fixing a little bit of the time and the class schedule and all that.
100%.
That's great to hear. I'm happy to hear that. How was it like dropping some of those classes?
I think it felt kind of hard because you can kind of get that quitting feeling. You don't like to feel like you're quitting or failing. So that was a little difficult. But I think overall, I'm happier with my decision. But it wasn't a very difficult decision to make for myself.
Why was it difficult?
Well, I just don't like quitting. And I think that I kind of thought I could accomplish all these things and handle all these things, and then finding out that I couldn't was kind of like finding my own limits, which is hard. Yeah, that was just difficult.
So when you dropped the classes, was it at the same time, or was it little by little?
Same time.
Same time.
Scuba and dance. Same time.
So both scuba and dance. So you said you're just taking general education classes. Which ones are you taking right now?
A science class,
Science,
a
okay,
history class, and a math,
Okay, so you're taking 3 classes right now.
and a political science class.
Oh, so 4. Okay,
Yes.
so you're still being, you still have a grasp of these
Mhm.
classes you're taking. Okay,
Just the core education stuff.
okay. You taking these 4 classes now. What has changed since the first session we had until now, just by dropping those classes alone?
I don't have as much homework, so my time spent on homework is much less than before. Not having to keep track of different things and have all these hours that were open because class takes hours out of your day.
Mhm.
So now I have more time to focus on homework, which allows me to spend less time doing it at night, so I get to sleep more and exercise and fit all these other things in. So, yeah.
Great. Well, I'm proud that you're feeling this way, and this took 2-3 weeks just to finish.
Mm-hmm.
And so we do have about 2 more sessions after this, though, because there are a few other things that I'd still like to talk to you about, specifically about the stress management, which may still come even with you dropping the other classes. But with you having a better manage of your time and better manage of your schedule, have you seen stress come in?
Yeah, I think it's still stressful with, work and financial things. Like school is great, but, financially it's always a problem. School isn't cheap. I don't work very much, or I don't make very much at work is what I mean. So I think that's a constant stressor.
Where do you work?
At a lab on campus.
What kind of lab?
It is a computer lab.
Oh, okay.
I just tutor writing classes,
Okay.
like the typing.
Do you enjoy it?
No.
You don't enjoy it?
No.
Why not?
I don't like writing very much, or dealing with people.
Okay.
In terms of teaching people, I guess I should say. I only got the job because my friend worked there, and I just needed a job to pay for school and now I'm just there.
So you're doing the 4 classes,
Mm-hmm.
and on top of that, you're taking this this writing job that you may not enjoy so
Mm-hmm.
much. Is that a full-time or a part-time job?
Part-time.
Part-time, okay. But you see it as necessary?
I need a job, yes. I don't think that is the right job for me, and I think that is a point that I should work on.
Okay. So you do want to work on
I do.
finding just so I understand, finding a different job or being happy at this job?
A different job.
I see, a different job.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you want to change from this one?
Well, just so I can be happy. I mean, you should be enjoying your job, right?
Do you feel that?
Do you enjoy your job?
Well, I like to think that I do, but it's more so about if it's more important for you. Do you feel like it's important?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you just don't enjoy being there. Your time is wasted.
Okay. Well, that's interesting to know because it'll be good for us to talk about how we manage our time and stress, even in this new schedule that we have, because it still can come up. And I would like to be able to have you complete all of your 3 goals by the time we finish the next 2 weeks from now. But I did want to go into a little bit about the part you mentioned earlier when you talked about your classes and dropping them. Just because I heard something that kind of I wanted to talk more about, which was that you felt like you didn't want to be a quitter. What did that mean? You didn't want to be a quitter?
Well, because you kind of set out your goals, and taking all these classes was one of my goals, and being able to balance everything, and not being able to handle that, I felt like I was quitting on those goals, and that just feels like a failure.
Do you consider yourself a failure?
No, I consider myself a failure in those goals, if that makes sense, but not necessarily a failure in general. Kind of like a shift in goals, maybe, or a shift in priorities, but not necessarily a failure. So maybe I failed in one goal, but with it I discovered new, better paths.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In what way?
Well, balance, as we discussed.
Right.
So kind of like learning to live to be happy rather than just finishing goals just because you signed yourself up, I guess.
So by you dropping those classes, initially you felt like it was a failure. But from there you saw that it opened up new possibilities.
Yeah, I would say so, yes.
Well, that's good, right? You think that's good?
I do, yes.
Okay. So you didn't feel like a failure at that point?
No, but that's like just really recently.
Right. That's a really good feeling to be able to start from not a good failure, but now feeling positive about it.
Yeah. Imagine
what else that can come about in your future goals here.
Very true. Very true.
Okay. So this work thing now. So at this job, it's a part-time job. You're tutoring, helping other students with writing.
Right.
Okay. And you said it was a necessity for you to have this.
Yes.
To get some money to pay for your classes. And why is it a necessity? I understand that you have to pay for your classes, but why this one?
Well, I wouldn't say there's any reason to have this specific one. It just kind of fell in my lap, and I just kind of went with it. So I guess it's a matter of me trying to figure out if it's worth my time at this point to stay there, or if I should spend my time better doing something else that does make money but more aligns with my goals and career path.
Okay. And what is your career path?
Robotic engineering.
Oh, I see. So you taking your general education classes, is that reaching your goals?
Yeah, they're required. So I'm hoping next year I can take more specific classes.
For robotic engineering. Okay. And so your writing class right now, is there a skill or is there something that you can see being beneficial for your end goal of robotic engineering?
Not at all.
There's nothing.
I don't think so. I mean, there's some like writing and reports and stuff like that, but I think it's more math and technology based rather than just writing techniques.
Well, let's see. So, what about robotic engineering makes you interested in it?
I just think robots are cool. I think the programming aspect of it is really cool. I think that there's going to be a lot of opportunities career-wise in the future for that. I don't think that's going to slow down. So I think that's pretty much the main reasons that it interests me.
Okay. Does sound like a cool job. Sounds very fun. But I'd be interested to see what you can pull from your current job right now that can relate to that. What are your roles in this writing tutoring job you do?
Well, we have like 3 classes a week. They're 2 hours, or classes/tutoring sessions. And students come in that have issues with writing papers and typing techniques, and we help them, I guess. So some are actual classes about citation styles, and others are actual like typing technique classes where we get a lot of older senior adults who don't have experience with computers coming in and doing that stuff.
You're still working with computers in some way.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're not excited about this job.
No.
How does that relate to your either your stress or a little bit about your emotions in general?
Overall, I just feel like I'm wasting my time there.
Yeah. So you're still going back to not feeling like you're taking advantage of your time?
Yes. I guess so. Yeah.
Would you want to switch jobs?
Yeah, I'd be open to it. It's just a matter of me figuring out what I want to do per se. Not in terms of like career goals, but like an option that would fit that.
Okay. Have you considered looking at the different resources on campus to finding other jobs on campus?
I have not, to be honest.
I have not. No. Would that be something you'd be interested in?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what the resources are on campus as far as how to locate them?
Not at all.
Okay. So that'd be something we can talk a little bit about too, is connecting you maybe to those locations and then seeing what fits best with your schedule, because going back to your original goal is how do we fit this within the time that you have? And so you're considering something still part-time related to robotic engineering?
If possible.
If possible.
And or technology-based would be along the same lines.
Okay. I think we can try to find something like that, especially since technology is a thing that you're interested in. And I think that would help a lot with your time, stress, and all that. But let's say if you were to find something that maybe not exactly robotic engineer, what would be the qualities of a job you'd be looking for to help you out?
Problem solving, I guess.
You like solving problems?
Yeah, and I think with the other classes, more just me showing people how to do stuff and having patience with people not understanding stuff. And I've never been a good teacher. I don't have patience for that.
But you do enjoy solving others' problems or helping others try to get to that point?
More like critical thinking problems.
Okay.
So we have a problem. How do we fix it?
Okay. Yeah. What else are you looking for in a job?
Flexibility on campus, preferably. Paying. And learning something new.
That's interesting. What do you mean by that?
Well, because the current job is kind of like I'm just teaching people the same stuff I already know, but I'm not challenging myself. So getting a new job where I'm actually learning new stuff and being exposed to new stuff.
Is that important for you?
I think I'd value from it, yes. So I guess so, yeah. I'd value learning from the job. Like, I feel like my time is better spent if I was learning.
I see.
And getting paid.
Okay. But the money is still important for you.
Yes.
Okay. Understandable. You would pay for something you need to do. And so if you were to change job, let's put this in a situation that would be ideal for you. If you were to find a different job, would that help out your semester?
I think so. I think my general mood would be better. Not that I'm in a bad mood, but I think overall it would improve my quality of life, I guess. Because I'd be at least happy of going to the job, you know. So I'd be happy, like, with my school, exercise, sleep, and job.
Would you say right now, on a scale from 0 to 10, how happy are you? Right now at this moment?
7.3.
7.3? Okay. And then where do you think you were at the beginning of the semester?
Probably like a 5.
You're at a 5. And you're at a 7.3 right now, just by changing the classes. Okay. And going back to this this hypothetical situation, if you were to change jobs, do you think that would go up above 7.3, or do you think it'd be closer to the 5?
I think so, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
By how much?
Because my time wouldn't be wasted. I'd say like 9 something.
9, just by changing jobs alone.
I don't know, yeah.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm saying that is because it's substantial how much of a happiness just by changing one thing can do. But I'd really like to be able to see what we can do at the current moment. Because right now you're at a 7.3. That's good to hear. That's a lot more than the 5 that we talked about earlier, or that you mentioned earlier. But I do want to be able to have you recognize how to work towards that goal. And so one step would be just to sort of learn the different resources to change the jobs on campus. But that's something that I think is you have the ability to do as well. And here in this session, even though we have about 2 more other sessions, as far as how to manage time, how to manage stress, and to take advantage of sleep, I feel like with you changing schedules, it could help reach that goal. Mm-hmm. Do you think that would be something that you're able to do?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So now to go into a different part of what we talked about in the beginning session, we want to see as far as sleep, how you can take advantage of your sleep. Mm-hmm. And you've mentioned already that you've already had better sleep. You feel well rested. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How has that impacted your life?
I'm not as tired anymore. I can actually focus on my fewer classes now. And overall just no longer fatigued throughout the day, and I have more energy to exercise and do all these things. So I'm not kind of just walking around like a zombie. Okay. I'm looking forward to my next nap.
Did you ever count how many hours you slept prior? Maybe in the beginning of the semester you didn't do that?
Maybe like 4 hours a night or so.
And where are you at right now?
At least 6.
6 hours? That's good.
Usually.
What would you be? Do you think you're comfortable right now? Would you like to sleep less or more?
I'm okay. I mean, more sleep is always nice.
Do you prefer more?
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Sleep in a little bit.
Has that affected your work maybe or your classes?
No, I think like I'm okay now. Like I'm surviving. Obviously, more sleep would be cooler.
Mm-hmm. More sleep would be cooler.
Yeah. Like I mean, because I'd be more rested, I guess.
Do you want to be more rested?
Can you sleep too much? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. It's like recommended 6 to 8. I already get 6, so I think I'll be fine.
You think you're fine?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't think we should change that then. If you think you're good, then.
Yeah. No, no change.
Great. But now with the stress.
Right.
So I think we talked a little bit about how to work with sleep, and it seems like sleep is good. Mm-hmm. You're fine with the change of sleep. And as far as the time, we've been able to flux the schedule around to fit it according to your time, and still working with the work and the school balance, but better now. Mm-hmm. Now, as far as stress,
right?
Where are you at now with your stress levels compared to where you were in the beginning of the semester?
Much lower. I think now it's kind of subsided to a normal amount of stress level. We're like normal.
Normal. What is normal?
You know, like normal student stress is like stressing about exams and homework and normal stuff. I think before it was like kind of over the top. Mm-hmm. So I was just doing so much. Mm-hmm. And now it's just kind of like subsiding. It's because it's like normal level, like stressing just like anyone else would stress, I guess.
Okay. Would you consider stress to be a normal part of everyone's life?
I think so. Yeah.
You're okay with the amount of stress you're having right now?
I mean, obviously I would prefer a life with no stress, but I don't think that's feasible, you know.
Is it?
I don't think so.
Well, you're saying that you're better off with your stress. You're handling it better.
Yeah.
You'd want to be at a different point.
I think like with any person, you're going to have stresses, like financial stresses your entire life, unless you're rich. And then just general school, homework stress. I mean, no matter what, you get an assignment, you're going to care about it. I think that's
what I'm hearing, though, is that whether you're a student, whether you're a different situation in life, stress happens. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty normal to have stress.
I think so, yeah.
So do you think right now is it something to stress over stress?
I think it's okay now. Like I'm not using anything else to like cope with stress, like anything bad, like alcohol or anything. I'm not like losing sleep over it anymore. Exercising, so I think it's pretty normal at this point, manageable.
Okay.
So it's a big improvement.
I'm hearing the word normal a lot. That's interesting. So right now you're at a comfortable and normal state.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. How does that feel compared to the beginning now?
It feels like a different life, I guess. Before it was kind of a lot darker. Just kind of going throughout the day, and now it kind of actually feels like I'm kind of enjoying my experience.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's good. I'm really happy to hear that.
I know.
Good for you. Yeah. And so we actually don't have a lot of time left in this session, but I'm happy that we did have an open discussion about kind of where we are with our goals as far as where we were with the sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Average amount of sleep according to what you said. You're doing pretty good with that.
Yeah.
Maybe adding a little bit more sleep would be ideal, but you feel okay?
I wouldn't be opposed to that now.
Okay. And now, as far as the time management, and so to hear the update of the dropping of the classes, but now you have a better control of that. Do you feel like having better control of your time has been an asset to you?
Yes, I think so, because it's just far more flexible with what I can do in free time. I can actually do social things now. I can do homework when I like. I don't have set blocks as much anymore.
Okay.
So I can kind of shift things around as need be because things happen, and friends hit you up to go out, and I can actually do that now. So.
Okay. So one thing as far as time to look into is a little bit of managing the work. Maybe changing a little bit about the work and so maybe looking to different resources, which we can talk about how we can find in different classes. And then finally, as far as the stress, normal is a word I'm hearing a lot. So what do you feel when you hear that it's normal to have stress?
It sounds normal.
Normal.
I mean, I think it kind of sounds like, I feel like everyone says like, oh, you don't want stress, but I think stress keeps you focused on what's important.
That's a difference from now until before.
Manageable stress.
Manageable stress. Okay. Well, then we'll work on that too a little bit more. Well, that concludes today's session for this week. We do have maybe about 2 more sessions, so we'll talk a little bit more about the 3 goals again: the sleep, time management, stress management. But it seems like there's a few things we can still try to reach as far as average amount of sleep of what you consider. Looking into the balance between the work, maybe look into a new job to help you with your time management. And then seems like stress is pretty normalized, so just kind of maintaining that.
All right. Sounds great.
Great. All right. Thanks again, Victor.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.